And in the same way, I tell my students, pick 2 or 3. I tell the scouts, pick 1, pick 2, and start working. See how you can be effective and create smart goals. Goals that can be measurable, that can be specific, they can be timely, they can be attainable, and something that you can see results very easy. So I say, well, how I am doing this with my students? Well, what we're doing, we started with 2, but now we are expanding to 4. In our courses, we say, I pick my 4 SDGs, and I expand the energy, number 7, the sustainable, the industry and innovation, to the sustainable cities and communities. We want to make our communities more aware that is happening in their surrounding in terms of energy, population, food, poverty, and the rest. But how we can make our contribution to our local city, to the space that we have around us. And of course, because I am in education, I saw that quality education is to bring you outside of the classroom, outdoors university, outdoors learning, see professions that are now making their contribution by cities, by government, by local companies in improving all the infrastructure, the cities, to make this a better world. And then we start to realize, yes, but these are my professional ones. And what happened to the ones I do when I am outdoors, when I am in the scout movement? How we can package 4 more. So we came out with my 4 environmental SDGs. My environmental SDGs are my interest related to nature, to clean water sanitation, the climate, the weather, life below water, how to reduce waste in our oceans or waterways. And this is why we are Sea Scouts, to create more awareness about the water in our cities, and life on land, exploring more our parks, our preserve, our natural places. But then somebody told me, yeah, but you are missing the point of the whole 17 goals. I said, yes, but I cannot attack all of them at the same time. I have to add my priorities. I am adding my priorities at work or school, the college, my priorities outdoors with scouting and environment. Now I want to add 4 more and pick 4 that are going to be related to my community. I was saved by Boy Scouts who did CPR on my heart after a cardiac arrest. So I consider that my community should focus on the good health, good eating, exercise, good habits to have a better body, a better mind, and a better spirit. So these are my 4 community goals that I consider are important. And the food and the health is related to consumption and production. So we go to farmers market, we go eat natural food, without preservative, we drink water. So we try to be responsible in buying things that we know that it's going to last forever, and we can recycle to avoid the waste that we have now because of the way we consume products. And of course, after Hiroshima, I came with the idea, being a nuclear engineer, that was very difficult for me not to think about the dangerous use of nuclear power when we know that we have peaceful uses of nuclear power or nuclear energy, such as power plants, electricity, all the health medicine that we can use with the proper use of these tools. And of course, we want peace, we want liberty, we want justice for all. Finally, as a human being, as a member of this human race, I took the last 4 and create another set that I call this set My Social 4 SDGs. That have to do with the other 4 that are related to reduce poverty, to zero poverty, zero hunger, be sure that we don't waste food, and we teach others how to be sustainable, how to teach company to have more social responsibility, so help their communities to have more water, more food, more opportunities, more small businesses, that you can make everybody align with the 17 goals. Of course, we talk about gender equality and inequality, or the reduce or the inequality, because we believe that man and woman have the same rights, and we have to protect our women, our daughters, our children, our next generation of leaders, to know that we both, men and women, can do better for this world. And this is how I came with the idea of combining all together. And the last goal that is not there, because there are 17, is related to partnership. We have to find partners, universities, companies, local communities, local organizations like Scouts for SDGs, who are believing that focusing on the goals is important to improve our world. You can search on the internet the global goals, the SDGs, the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, and you will find tons of resources, papers, white papers, videos, tech talks that address the issue. But my challenge for you, my challenge for me, is to pick 4 and start working in 4 and then move to the other 4. So this is why I combine our global learning opportunities, business engagement, with the global goals to create what we call Globe for SDGs. It's an idea to share in conferences, in classes, in courses, and teach students and professors how they can organize, add priorities to the global goals, use technology to share the ideas. And this is how I came out with the points, my suggestion to share this. The first thing that you have to do is to talk to everybody about the Sustainable Development Goals, what they mean for you. My students never heard about this until they came to class. Now you can see that they can relate. They can see that Microsoft is doing, what the Starbucks Cafe is doing, what Panera Bread is doing, and they can see how different companies are making their contribution. Then I tell them, well, add your priorities based on your own priorities and pick your first set. In my case, I picked the one because this is the one I use all the time, but the others are very close. And then you can pick your own 4, pick 2, 3, but pick 4 is the number that I think that it will add everything to your equation. Then you have to use social media, technology, all this, and share with everybody. Tell everybody what you are doing to work in your specific goals. Every time that I go to a city, I see how sustainable it is. I take pictures of recycled bins, so to see how they recycle their waste. And I already have more than 150 pictures of recycled bins across the world. And finally, check your own progress. See how you are doing with the quality of education. Doing this video for me is one of my specific goals to share with you how I am improving education, doing my cartoons, and doing all these combinations of ideas is how I see we professors should get out of the textbooks and the traditional PowerPoints and our students, engage with our students in our cities and challenge them to build a better world by picking 2 or 3 or 4 goals. So that is the challenge I have for you today. That is the summary of all our ideas about the combination of our work, our classes with the Sustainable Development Goals, and I challenge you to take action today and measure your own participation in the global goals.